Foster care isn't normal. People don't usually go through foster care unless something really crazy happens. Being homeless definitely isn't normal. Living in shelters, consistently not having your own room. I don't think I had my own room until I got my own apartment. I'm constantly watching my mom go through a lot of hardships while being a single parent, living with family, living in a shelter at a point, living in a transitional home. After a while, you become very numb to situations that occur consistently. So after a while, it didn't bother me. Being homeless, being evicted, it's just, okay, this again. My mom definitely growing up went through a lot of hardships as well. Her mother wasn't in a good state of mind to take care of her when she was younger, which resulted in her being in foster care for a while and then living with her aunties. I do feel that history repeated itself in the way that my mom ended up raising me from how she was raised. Just not having it all together, not having that perfect childhood, going through a lot of things that most kids don't go through. In high school, I never shared with any friends or any teachers the things that I went through. I felt in high school I probably lived a different Jania because no one was getting the real me. No one knew I lived in a shelter. No one knew that being homeless wasn't something new. It's happened before. A lot of my girlfriends were in KFACT and I wasn't, and I was really interested in whatever it was. So I went to one group meeting in high school with a friend, and I sat in and I kind of just watched how their groups went, and I met Shamika and I told her I wanted to be a part of KFACT.
The first time I met Jania was at Auburn High School during a prevention education group, and she was very quiet. She was very meek and very pleasant to be around.
I liked Shamika's vibe when I first came to the group. She had a very open personality, and I felt like she was someone that I could speak to about what I was going through. She shared a lot of things in group, and I was able to reach out to her afterwards, and that's when we really started to communicate. And that's when I opened up and told her, well, I'm actually living in a shelter right now. And that's kind of how we jumped off.
When Jania made the decision to join KFACT and become an official mentee, I immediately assigned her to myself, because usually girls get assigned to some of our staff. But I assigned Jania to me because Jania had shared her life story, which was very similar, something I could relate to. And so I decided to take her as my personal mentee and decided to just really become immersed in her life and try to figure out how to help her navigate some of the challenges that she was facing.
Going into senior year, Shamika helped a lot with transportation. She would drive me to and from school every morning at 7 a.m. She would pick me up from school. We would come to KFACT almost every day after school to work on college admissions, scheduling for ACT, just getting a lot of college-related things together, essays, making sure my FAFSA was correct, making sure everything was to go for college.
So getting Jania ready for college, when we started the college application process, was one that was personally fulfilling, to watch her fill out her applications, to get her acceptance letters, and to really just celebrate her.
Finding out that I got accepted into Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, was very exciting. It was my number one choice because they had the housing that I needed and they had the major that I wanted. I was also very excited that I got accepted because I was the first generation to get accepted into college.
When we took Jania down to Carbondale to move her into her apartment, I think I was bawling half of the time, just because it was her first time of having her own place and being somewhere where I knew we were going to miss her in Rockford, but I knew that this was going to be a new beginning for her, a way for her to be stable, a way for her to actually pursue her education without life worries that she should have never had to encounter as a little girl growing up.
Now I'm at SIUC majoring in nursing. This first semester has been very eye-opening. If I hadn't joined KFACT, I honestly do not believe that I would be in college. I don't know where I would be, but I don't think I would be at SIUC. My life feels more stable and consistent. I feel safe on campus. It feels like my life is having a better purpose than the things that I went through growing up. I'm able to pursue a career that I've dreamed of. I'm able to get to and from school without a worry. I know I have somewhere to stay when I'm done with my classes. It just feels very right.